calling the Windward Planning Commission meeting back to order. We're going to start with application number 3, Connections New Century Public Charter School, SPP 12-138, application for a special permit to develop an K-12 charter school campus with dorm facilities and related uses on approximately 70 acres of land. Located on TMK 2-5-006-141. With that, we will go to staff presentation. Jeff?
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. If I can direct your attention to our presentation, our next applicant is Connections New Century Public Charter School /CBESS. The area of this application is within the South Hilo District. More specifically, we're looking in the Kaumana area. The subject property is identified with a black outline. It actually consists of 2 separate parcels being split by Edita Street. For reference, this white line running through the middle of the map is Poainico Street Extension. This line running in a northeast-southwest direction is Kaumana Drive. The subject property accesses from Kaumana Drive onto Edita Street. For access, we'll come in on a closer view here so we can have a closer reference. Again, we have Kaumana Drive on the upper portion of the map, Poainico Street Extension on the lower portion of the map. The subject property is identified with a black outline. The colors of the map, again, represent the different zonings of the area. The green shaded area is agricultural 1 acre, which encompasses the subject property. You'll see different other colors. The dark blue represents agricultural 10 acres, dark green agricultural 20 acres. The light and darker shaded yellow represents single-family residential zone. For reference, again, we also have the Pacific Plantation subdivision in this general location. They access through Edita Street onto Melimanu Street. This is the state land use boundary map, which identifies the different state land use designations. There are 2 identified on this map. The green represents agricultural zoning, and the pink represents urban state land use designation. This is the general plan land use pattern allocation guide map for the area. The yellow represents low density urban. The orange shaded area represents rural, and the lighter green represents important agricultural land. The subject property is located within the low density urban general plan designation. This is an aerial photo. Again, we have Kaumana Drive on the upper portion of the map. We have Poainico Extension on the lower portion. We have Pacific Plantation subdivision identified in this general area, and the subject property identified with the black line, black outline. Currently, it's vacant, undeveloped, except for fencing that's been recently placed in. You'll also notice that along Kaumana Drive and Edita Street, you do have single-family residential uses occurring. The applicant is requesting a special permit to develop a K-12 charter school campus with dorm facilities and related uses on approximately 70 acres of land situated in the state land use agricultural district. The request is for a new academic campus which will accommodate an elementary, intermediate, and high school and common facilities that would support these programs. The subject property is divided by Edita Street, and includes what is referred to as the lower parcel and the upper parcel. All major school facilities will be located on the lower parcel. The applicant is proposing to design and construct the project in 9 phases. The entire project is projected to be completed within 16 to 25 years. The reason for the request is to consolidate their academic programs at a single location and provide facilities that support the goals and visions of the school. The lower parcel will consist of the major school facilities. and these will include the elementary, intermediate, and high school classroom buildings, the administrative center, the library and resource center, the kitchen and dining facility, a gymnasium and multi-purpose building, green shade houses, a 6-horse barn, a maintenance building, a 30-person dormitory, a caretaker's residence, and small facility to house the intergenerational program. These facilities would support a projected 167 elementary students, 107 intermediate students, 107 high school students, for a total of 381 K through 12 students, as well as 25 intergenerational clients. The dormitory would serve a maximum of 30 students. These buildings will be a single story in height. There will be 2 parking lots, main and secondary, with a total of 140 parking stalls. This is the lower parcel site plan submitted by the applicant. Just for reference, everything that is proposed to be constructed is going to be on this lower parcel. The only thing on the upper parcel that will be constructed is a walkway for viewing. So the intermediate, elementary, high school facilities, the gymnasium, the administrative center, the parking areas, everything will be located on the lower parcel. So this would be, as you're coming in off Edita Street, it would be on the left side, on the lower parcel. This is a rendering of the lower parcel that was submitted with the application. So this kind of gives you an idea. Again, all facilities are proposed to be 1 story in height. These are some elevations that were submitted. You have the library and cafeteria, again, just showing the different elevations, again, 1 story. I won't go into great detail on these. These are the intermediate school classrooms, some of the different buildings, elementary buildings. The upper parcel will consist of no major school facilities constructed on the upper parcel. A walkway is the only structure being proposed on, which will provide access and viewing opportunities within the Ohia forest. The walkway would be elevated on posts roughly 4 to 5 feet above grade. Connections intends to use this land area to support a future forestry conservation program, which focuses on forest resource management and conservation and forest ecosystem restoration. This is a site plan of the upper parcel. You'll also notice this light gray shaded area. That is the Kaumana cave that is located under the lower parcel. There's a 100-foot buffer proposed for Kaumana cave. The walkway is identified in this general location. The lower parcel would be over in this area. You can see Kaumana cave extending across Edita Street, and it touches a lower portion of the lower parcel, but not where any of the facilities are planned. And again, even on the lower parcel, there's a 100-foot buffer. This is an elevation of the walkway, so you can see what it is. You can see it on the bottom portion of the map as well. Days and hours of operation. Weekday hours for the school and administration are from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. More specifically, the elementary and intermediate instructional hours are from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Friday. The high school's instructional hours are from 7:45 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and from 7:45 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. on Friday. There may be some limited extracurricular activities. However, events such as dances and graduation would occur off-site. Weekend activities connected to the agricultural program may be conducted. Again, this kind of shows you the Kaumana cave under the upper parcel, as well as touching a portion of the lower parcel and the 100-foot buffer that is proposed to be there. These are some site photos. This is on Kaumana Drive looking Mauka. Edita Street would be on your left. This is on Kaumana Drive looking Makai. I'm sorry, Idita will be on your right side. This is on Idita looking towards your east, towards Kaumana Drive. And you can see that there is a designated left turn lane and right turn lane off Idita onto Kaumana. This is on Idita Street, again looking towards Kaumana, although you cannot see it. The subject property is on the right side of the map, and you have a drainage ditch that's in place on the left side. And this is the upper parcel and the lower parcel identified. You can also observe the wide shoulders in this particular area. Again, this is a little further towards Kaumana so that we can show you how the shoulders have changed on Idita. So when the police were commenting in regards to the unsafe shoulders, this was the areas that they were referring to. It gets muddy and that sort of thing. This is the subject property looking straight on from Idita Street. This is looking towards Melimanu Street on Idita. Again, the subject property would be on the left side and the right side. And you can get a pretty good picture of what the drainage ditch looks like on the right side. The planning director is recommending that the planning commission send a favorable recommendation to the State Land Use Commission. The planning commission is not the final say in this particular application. Because it's over 15 acres, it proceeds on to the State Land Use Commission. I do have a few more items to share. Since this application was submitted to the Planning Commission with the background and recommendation, you'll notice that on the background we had said that the Planning Department had not received any letters of support or opposition at that time. Since that time, we've received quite a number of letters of both support and opposition for the project. I'd like to bring to your attention 3 items that are different than letters of support or opposition. One is submitted from the applicant's representative